on CityCast Nashville. It's time for our Friday News Roundup. This week, I am joined by our executive producer, Whitney Pasterek, and producer, Daniel Sumstein. Together, we break down the possibility of the Sphere coming to Nashville, a non-binding anti-tunnel resolution passed at Metro Council this week, and what astronaut is running for governor. It's Friday, March 6th. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Before we get into today's show, we wanted to mention the topic on this week's episode of Your City Could Be Better, CityCast's brand new weekly podcast. Our CityCast CEO, David Plotz, is sitting down every single week with a guest to talk about the things our cities are trying as we grow and change. Whitney, drum roll, please.
Dun, 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 dun. This week's episode features CityCast Salt Lake host Ali Vallarta talking about how a conservative think tank, the Cicero Institute, wants to institutionalize unhoused people in her city. The state's given the green light for a mega shelter to hold them. Ali talked with the person leading the charge to question why a national organization is intervening in local policy, how this plan is meant to work, and if it will help the people of Salt Lake City. Some of that sounds very familiar. It seems like there's a lot of people coming in from outside to tell cities what to do with themselves lately.
Yeah, and I loved last week's episode with Megan Harris from the Pittsburgh team talking all about how to revitalize Pittsburgh's downtown, which Nashville feels like we have the opposite problem. That's all we're constantly.
Exactly.
But yeah, we hope you'll keep tuning in each week to this new show. We're super excited about it. David's going to be sitting down every week with a guest, and we've got 12 sister cities, so a lot to learn there.
I'll be on the show sometimes. So what do y'all think we should talk about when it's my turn? I think it should actually be state versus local. Or it could even then go to locals versus tourists also.
I thought our indie venues episodes that's coming out next week, we talk a lot about the venue ecosystem in Nashville, and it sounds like this is a national problem. So I'd be super curious to hear from David on his take of like the DC venue ecosystem there.
And I think we'd actually have a lot to say about the affordable housing crisis across the nation, but what are the factors here in Nashville that have exacerbated it?
All good points. Maybe I'll talk about all of them. Who knows? Tune in. Episodes are already out now on YouTube and in the Your City Could Be Better podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts, or you could check back here on CityCast Nashville every Sunday, where they'll be dropping the latest episode in our feed. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, and if there's something you want us to talk about when it becomes our turn, email us at nashville@citycast.fm, and we will take your suggestion under advisement.
On to local news. Axios reported this week that representatives of the Sphere music venue in Las Vegas and local Nashville business executives have discussed the possibility of bringing a smaller version of their venue to Nashville, Tennessee. Whitney. Now, for folks who are completely unaware of what the Sphere is, how would you describe it?
Well, first of all, Marie, they'd like you to know it's just Sphere. We just refer to Sphere like I refer to Roomba.
Oh, okay. I've been saying it wrong.
Yeah. So Sphere.
Sphere.
It's a giant sphere in Las Vegas. It sits just off the strip. Its revolutionary technology is this massive LED screen that covers the outside and the inside. So I'm sure people have seen pictures or videos of this where there's like an emoji looking through the window of their hotel from this sort of massive round ball down the way. The concerts that they've presented there have been utterly spectacular. U2 had a huge residency. The Grateful Dead had a residency.
Metallica is currently having a residency, and people are pissed at the ticket prices.
Well, it's not going to be cheap. This is not going to be a place where us locals can go get our fun on for $15. I just think it's hilarious that this is happening in literally the same week when Music Valley Archive, who's our local t-shirt and bumper sticker printing company, they ran a contest to see what new shirts they could print, and one of them was literally stop calling it Nash Vegas. I guess some people didn't get the memo.
Sphere didn't get the memo.
Sphere did not get the memo.
Speaking of not getting the memo, these leaf blowers outside are wild, y'all. Apologies, but As the eternal optimist, I'm actually pretty excited for this. I've been wanting to see it. Yeah, I've been wanting to see a show at the Sphere in Vegas for a long time. I've had a ton of friends who went and said it was amazing. One of my friends went to the Eagles residency and said it was like one of the best concerts he's ever been to. I don't think we need it, but I'm glad that the option's going to be available for people who are excited about it.
It feels to me like another example of what is Nashville becoming? What do we want our city to be? And who is it for? Because although I hear you, Daniel, like I would love to go see a show at the Sphere, I just don't know that that means that I want it to be in my backyard. Also, where are they going to put this thing?
The only place I could see it going is where the old Starwood Amphitheater was. It's way out there. And maybe it would bring business to the local businesses out there.
We're not so into putting things out there anymore, though. We want everything in here.
Well, hey, hear me out. We build a monorail out to Sphere.
Yeah, like a
Vegas has a
Disneyland monorail.
And then it's a win for everybody.
Yeah, that's way better than what I was going to say. I was going to say, let's just lean in and put it like on top of the AT&T building, like in between the two spheres.
Like an olive on a toothpick.
Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Speaking of other things that are coming from Vegas.
What time is... I know.
I can't even do it today.
It's tunnel time. After several months of anticipation, Metro Council passed the non-binding resolution to oppose the Boring Company's Tesla tunnel this week, with lots of folks celebrating. But my question is, do folks really understand what exactly this means? Charlene Oliver and Delicia Porterfield posted about this win on social media, and people were going crazy. The comments were saying, yay, it's over. Even Margot Price chimed in saying, incredible news, like this thing is dead. But Delicia responded in the comments when someone said, is this dead in the water? She responded by saying, not at this time. It is us taking a position. Boring has said Nashville wants this. This shows we don't. The CEO said they would leave if Nashville didn't want it, so we shall see. Whitney, what do you wish folks understood about this non-binding resolution?
Well, I think the most important words there are non and binding. And when you put them together, it means the resolution is just purely performative. That said, I was hugely in favor of us doing this performative resolution because the narrative has been, as Councilmember Porterfield referenced there, Boring has been like, everybody is thrilled. We've met with hundreds of community groups. People can't wait for this thing to come here. And folks, I'm just quite simply not seeing that. I don't know everyone in Nashville, but I come close. And I don't know anybody who has met with these people. Although I did find it heartening that this week, David Buss, who's the vice president of Boring, met with residents in District 1 who were concerned about where they're going to dump the rocks and toxic sludge and, alleged toxic sludge and whatever else from this hole. I don't know that many of them came away feeling reassured, but I did think that that was positive that he took the time to go out there and talk to people. But I really want to encourage everybody who's listening to this, send folks those 2 episodes we've done with David Figler from Las Vegas. His reporting in collaboration with ProPublica has been essential in terms of understanding the way that the Boring Company skirts regulations. And I really, really want those to be shared widely because I think it's all important context. You know, I've seen a lot of people commenting, like Marsha Blackburn said, oh, it's just because you hate Elon Musk's politics. Even Councilmember Olivia Hill said that on the floor on Tuesday. She said, oh, I wish people could set aside their partisan beliefs and just think about this as a project. Well, I am thinking about it as a project, and I would like my water supply to be free from toxic sludge. That's the issue for me. This thing could be a George Clooney project. And I would still think that it was kind of weird.
And at the end of the day, like it is just Tesla's in a row, which that is my biggest qualm with it. Like, you guys know me, I'm open to new technology, but like the idea and what the actual concept is just like so ridiculous that it makes zero sense.
Shout out Joe Lee, whose public comment was about his 6-year-old daughter drawing a train.
A train.
Exactly.
He was brilliant in describing this new technology.
What if instead of having tires, we had steel wheels?
Yeah.
Joe Lee, we love you.
We also learned some new information this week, thanks to the Nashville Scene, that State Senate Majority Leader Jack Johnson bought Tesla stock 3 months before the Tesla tunnel deal materialized. Johnson bought 50 shares of the corporation, an investment of more than $10,000. After all the recent scrutiny over this, Johnson told The Scene in a statement, "Although there is no legal or ethical requirements to do so, I have fully liquidated my position in Tesla to avoid even the appearance of impropriety." Why would this be construed as a major conflict of interest?
Marie, you can figure that one out for yourself.
All the politicians are doing it.
Hey, I think they should all be banned from trading stock, period, full stop. That includes everyone from Nancy Pelosi on down. But I'm not going to get my wish.
Recently, we learned that Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally will be retiring after his term, and Johnson could replace him as the Senate's presiding officer. As we mentioned last week, Johnson is also sponsoring the bill to create Subterranean Transportation Infrastructure Coordination Authority, which would give the state oversight power over the Music City Loop and any future tunnel developments in the state, which might be important because there's been a contest going on between cities vying for Elon Musk's Tesla tunnels to come to their cities.
Oh, man.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on Tunnel Time.
America's Next Top Tunnel Time.
No, it actually has a name.
It's called the Tunnel Vision Challenge, which launched in January. There's going to be 3 Tennessee cities among the 16 finalists. The Tennessee Lookout reported on this. These finalists include the Vol Loop, which is a proposed loop project in Knoxville, the Mountain Mile Loop, which is a proposed loop project out in Gatlinburg, and then a proposed utility tunnel out in Hendersonville.
What a boring idea, Hendersonville. I think Gatlinburg is a great location for this, out there with airbrush t-shirts.
Yeah, clear out the wildlife. Just get rid of all the beautiful wildlife out there.
It goes under the wildlife, Marie, and it won't cause any environmental violations at all.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But yeah, the Boring Company is going to select a winner and build the tunnel free of charge, according to its website. But every contest has fine print, and their website also states that the company could cancel or modify the contest at its discretion.
They could select one winner. They could select no winner.
Yeah.
They could just, every city, you get a Tesla tunnel. You get a Tesla tunnel.
Everybody. 487 cities applied for this contest. I'm going to just point to the problem being inherent in the name of the contest, the Tunnel Vision Contest. Tunnel vision about these frickin' tunnels. They see pretty lights, no cost to taxpayers, fun times. It's right there in the name, guys. You're being bamboozled.
Here's the thing, though. If these cities are actually vying for them and they really do want them, great, take our tunnel.
Exactly.
We don't want it.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Go for it, Knoxville. Hey, did y'all miss the sold-out world premiere of Dolly Parton's Threads, My Songs in Symphony last year? Well, do I have great news for you. You have another chance to see it. March 19th through the 21st, this incredible concert returns to the Schermerhorn Symphony Center, where the Nashville Symphony and guest vocalists will bring Dolly's biggest hits to life. We're talking Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, I Will Always Love You, all backed by a full orchestra. And Dolly herself will be there too on the big screen throughout the show, sharing the stories behind the songs that shaped her life and career. It's a stunning multimedia celebration of a living Tennessee legend. And let me tell you, you do not want to miss it this time. Dolly Parton's Threads, My Songs in Symphony with the Nashville Symphony. March 19th through the 21st at Schermerhorn. Get tickets now at nashvillesymphony.org.
Well, here's another thing going down this week. Back to Senator Jack Johnson. He has introduced a second tunnel-related bill that would make subsurface passenger transit companies report their assets subject to property taxes to the state comptroller instead of a county assessor. The Tennessee Lookout reported that the only project in the state of Tennessee, that would qualify under this newly proposed bill would be the Music City Loop, and it would essentially block the Nashville-Davidson County property assessor from determining the value of the Boring Company's assets in the city. We talked last week about how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Commission could potentially take over any assets that the Nashville Airport Authority was going to collect from Boring and bring those to the state. This looks like a similar money grab. Oh, and by the way, the state is trying to take over the airport again, even though they're still in litigation over the first time they tried this in 2023. The whole airport.
Wait, again?
Yes. But this time they're closing the home rule loophole by also taking over the Knoxville and Chattanooga airports, according to the Nashville Scene.
To quote Hamlet, something is rotten in the state of Denmark. And in this
That was
case,
really
it's
good,
Nashville.
Marie.
Thanks. I've been watching a lot of Bridgerton. These bills stink, in my opinion. I think a lot of stuff is going on behind closed doors to just dismantle Nashville's ability to push back on all this. But it's okay, guys. We have the non-binding resolution.
Yay!
Moving on, the Tennessee General Assembly is still in session, and there's a whole lot of news coming off the Hill every single day. But we want to focus on HB 073, a zombie bill that's risen from the grave to eat brains.
Wow.
Remember, y'all, our legislature operates on a 2-year cycle, which is why this thing is back. House Majority Leader William Lamberth introduced this bill last year with the original intent being to deny undocumented children access to a public education, either by blocking their enrollment entirely or forcing them to pay tuition. This is clearly an attempt, lawsuits not laws, to challenge a 1982 Supreme Court ruling called Plyler versus Doe, which says it violates the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution to block immigrant kiddos from attending public schools. And because of that Supreme Court ruling, the original version of Lamberth's law could have cost Tennessee over $1 billion in federal education funding. And I guess the state Republicans decided that wasn't worth the risk. So that's how we got here.
Right. It's illegal. Well, Lamberth is back with a new version, this time saying that schools will simply collect data about how many undocumented kids are in attendance and then share that information with the Tennessee Department of Education. Republicans say the bill would not require schools to pass along the names of any of these children, just the data about their immigration status. Opponents are extremely skeptical about this and concerned that the whereabouts of undocumented kids could get passed on to ICE. Whitney, Daniel, do you trust the Republicans when they say this is just about data collection?
Absolutely not. It's same thing as FUSIS. It's just the overreach and abuse of power.
It's the possibility of it. That's the thing. And I think if we were living in a different era when people still trusted that our politicians and elected officials would do what they say, it might be different. But I don't see that there's any reason to trust the Republicans saying, no, we won't ever know anyone's names. I mean, we're talking especially in rural counties. These are places with 287G agreements that allow local law enforcement to work on behalf of ICE to round people up. So I think it's very terrifying.
And the way they're framing it, too, is just, we just want to get an idea of how many students, how many children are, undocumented.
Creepy. Thanks to everyone who's been out protesting this one this week.
Well, there's another zombie bill that caught my eye this week. Republican Senator Joey Hensley proposed SB 162 last year to ban fluoride in drinking water. This has just come to the top of the news cycle for some reason. People are obsessed with fluoride, and it's back, baby. So he states the government should not be medicating through the tap, according to WKRN. There's also a quote in the WKRN story from a dentist saying that fluoride is a known neurotoxin and an enzyme inhibitor that adversely affects the function of our mitochondria, where energy is made in our cells. I feel like I'm back in chemistry in high school. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Anyways, another dentist in the story says extensive evidence shows fluoride at the recommended levels is a safe and cost-effective way of reducing cavities by as much as 25%. Marie, Whitney, do you think banning fluoride would make America healthy again?
No.
I think it'd be pro-dentures.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to figure out is like, there's always money behind something. Who is
do they
behind
stock
this?
in
Is
dentures?
it Big Dental?
Yeah, big dental.
Look, this is something that I think they've successfully done in Florida and Utah. I kind of file it under the annual bills that we've tried to pass here in Tennessee, like lettuce vaccines. I'm sorry, no lettuce vaccines, and, banning chemtrails, which obviously worked. And just a note, you can have your own stance, do your own research about your own health. But I will note that here in the United States, water supplies are fluoridated at a maximum of 0.7 parts per million. That is even lower than what the World Health Organization recommends of 1.5.
Science is fun. And then I want to shout out one good bill that's in the news right now, HB 2301, which is sponsored by Democrat Bob Freeman. He would make drink spiking a felony and require bars to keep drug testing strips on hand for any customers who think their beverage might have been spiked. So good on you. I think everyone can get behind this.
Finally, as we continue to track the governor's race here in Tennessee, a new candidate has thrown his spacesuit in the ring. That's right, Butch Wilmore, the retired NASA astronaut and Nashville native who was stuck up in the International Space Station for 286 days and who we interviewed right here on CityCast Nashville, is running for governor.
I mean, this was like the greatest moment of my life when we got to interview him and I got to talk to Mission Control. They were like, CityCast Nashville, you are a go for takeoff. It was so exciting. Do we think he's got a chance to beat Marsha Blackburn or John Rose?
No.
Probably not, unfortunately.
However, I'm here for it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that this will be really interesting. People love an astronaut.
Children love
Children.
an astronaut.
And I've been told I have a child's brain. So I am.
We're about to get into good news, but I want to say some personal good news that happened for me this week is that state campaign finance officials have fined Cade Cothran $80,000 for hiding his role in a political action committee during the 2020 election cycle. And you might be thinking to yourselves, wait, wasn't he already convicted on federal corruption charges and then pardoned by President Trump? Yes, he was. This is totally different fraud. In typical Cothran fashion, of course, he says he plans to challenge the fine. And he told the Nashville Scene, quote, "If there's one thing I've learned over the last few years, it's that entrenched bureaucrats and career politicians will do anything to protect their power." Sir, you were pardoned by the President of the United States for your previous criming. Calm down.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic, former Tennessee Congressman Mark Green, who's the guy who stepped down last year setting up the special election between Matt Van Epps and Apton Bain, is now being sued alongside his business partner over their company Prosimos, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, which is a failed business venture tied to projects in Guyana. Some investors of the company say they were persuaded to put money into the venture based on promises about business deals, but those deals never materialized.
Aww.
I'm just going to go on record. I remember talking about this way back a couple months ago, and I said how all of these business deals made him seem like a Cutco Knives or like some other type of pyramid scheme salesman, and this just feels even more real now.
Many of us have been validated. Now, although again, it's just alleged. Just alleged.
Just alleged.
Dun-dun. Good news! After nearly a year of waiting, the downtown branch of the Nashville Library is getting ready to reopen.
Woohoo!
As long as final inspections from the fire marshal and Metro Codes goes smoothly, fingers crossed, it will reopen on Monday, March 30th. We've talked a lot about this, such an important hub for downtown residents. So having this branch reopen is going to bring back so many important resources for our city.
Marie, we had a bet about this on a previous episode. I don't remember what we bet on, but you win. Congrats. Let me know what I owe you.
I think you said that you would strip down naked and ride a pedal tavern.
That sounds
No,
right.
that was what Daniel was supposed to do if we won Best Podcast, which we did.
Oh,
And I have yet to see
I'm
Daniel's
still-
ass on a pedal tavern.
We got to set it up. I'm ready.
What?
Let's-
I don't
join
gotta
Nashville
say-
neighbors today.
Listen,
Yeah.
we didn't say we were doing it. We don't have to set anything up. That's on you, buddy.
All right. I'll
If you
set it
want to
up.
see Daniel naked eating hot chicken on a pedal tavern going down through downtown
is that
Nashville,
what-
email us. No, I don't think the nudity was ever a part of the original.
Sorry, I just added
I
that
won't
in.
do that to him. That's definitely an HR violation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is some really, really good news, y'all. Last weekend's Unleashed Dinner with Your Dog, brought to you by the Nashville Humane Association. That evening that both Whitney and I attended raised $130,000 to support their work.
Yeah, and Whitney, I know you brought your NHA rescue pup Wally to the party, and Marie, you even got to walk on the runway with an adoptable dog named Oliver. He was so cute. How was the event?
It was incredible. I will say, I used to work in events for a long time, and the way that they produced this event was a well-oiled machine. It was completely sold out. And like I said, they raised a ton of money for such a good cause. And Wally was so well behaved.
He was a perfect gentleman, much to my surprise. I really thought he was my ticket out of there early, but no, he had a great time. Y'all definitely keep an eye out for this one next year. If you've got a dog, it is so fun to bring your dog to a ballroom at the downtown Hilton. We felt so fancy.
But even with this boost, the shelter is still at capacity and they are desperately calling for fosters and adopters at the moment.
Yeah, y'all, they've posted it on Instagram. They also sent us a press release. They're having so many pets abandoned on their property by owners who can't take care of them anymore that they are completely full, and they are sincerely asking people, if you have the ability to bring a pet into your home, even if it's just for a small while to help them get out of that shelter, please do. Go down there, grab yourself a forever friend. I know that's Mac's slogan, but it applies here too.
Well, Whitney, trigger warning with this next one. I got to give you...
This whole episode hasn't been a trigger warning for Whitney.
Well, this might be a good thing for you. So we've got Tennessee Tree Day is coming up. And if you've been meaning to plant a new tree in your yard or mourning the loss of an old one, now's your chance. Tennessee Tree Day is going to be on March 21st, and you'll have until this Sunday, March 8th, to reserve your very own tree. Check out some of these options. They've got redbud, elderberry, river birch, and oak to choose from. I'm going oak. What are you choosing?
I'm still in a mourning period. If you want to reserve a tree, though, head over to tectn.org. These are little tiny bare root saplings. Y'all, this is not like when you go to a nursery and buy a tree in a pot. These are going to be very small trees, and you will need to take care of them. But what a great opportunity.
Are they free?
No, they're like $5.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, what's going on this weekend, everybody?
The Gay Ole Opry at the OG Basement on 8th Avenue is this Saturday at 9 p.m., which is so exciting. And because it's Women's History Month, Suffs is here at TPAC, and I'm going to see it on Sunday.
Oh, amazing.
A theater matinee.
I also love that because the library is allegedly reopening on March 30th, that means we would have 2 whole days to visit the Votes for Women room in there, which is a pilgrimage we should all take during this month that's special just for us ladies. Well, we talked about this yesterday, but a reminder that this weekend is the big free crawfish boil at Tennessee Brew Works. It's the perfect way to kick off spring. It's Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Y'all, this is just the beginning of crawfish season here in Nashville. Mardi Gras sadly is behind us, but now the crawfish swim up the river. No, I'm just kidding. This is when they start showing up in town.
Catch them and we eat them.
Catch them, we hit them with our car. I'm going to be keeping an eye on Spicy Boys for the next couple of months to see what all they're going to be hosting. Also a great patio, highly recommend.
Yeah, and another great way to kick off spring is to go visit Cheekwood. They're reopening tomorrow after all of this storm damage. The season's kicking off with their Red, White, and Bloom, which is going to honor America's 250th anniversary. They're going to have 250,000 red and white tulips, purple blue violas, and hyacinths. So this is going to be like a perfect event for families, friends, nature enthusiasts. So come on out, go support Cheekwood. It's been a long winter, folks, so
Could use some blooming.
Well, our newsletter editor, Margaret Kingsbury, will be excited to know that tomorrow is Catter Day at the Crossroads Cat Cafe on Buchanan Street from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can enjoy story time, crafts, and face painting, and sample a new drink especially for kids.
That's amazing.
A non-alcoholic beverage for your children.
I'm going to editorially insert here that a news story that we have not covered because we cannot seem to get people from each side to come on the show and have a conversation about it is the Buchanan Street commercial contextual overlay that passed second reading at council on Tuesday. If you're interested in that, I encourage you to read some of the great stories that have been in the Nashville Scene, the Nashville Banner about this. We are still hoping to find people to come on and talk about this on the show, but so far we're failing. Brandon Taylor, come on, you can do it. Meanwhile, speaking of Brandon Taylor, if there wasn't a soccer game on Saturday night, I'd be going to Eastside Bowl for the New Wave Prom to get my dance on to some Depeche Mode, some Talking Heads. You see, I sit here all day and listen to First Wave on Sirius XM, so this is totally my jam. Although lately, because of all the chaos, I have mostly been listening to mellow folk on the bridge.
sounds peaceful.
It's nice.
Yes, it sounds like, Whitney, you need a break. And lucky for you, it's spring break this next week. I am just, if I could reach through the airwaves and give every parent out there a virtual hug, I would. If you're looking for ideas, you can check out the episode we produced yesterday about staycations here in Nashville. Lots of wonderful options you can do with your kids.
Hey, and if you're looking for one more fun thing to do this weekend, why not become a CityCast Nashville neighbor? Go to membership.citycast.fm. You'll sign up just in time to be a part of this month's neighbors outing to the Lipstick Lounge to do karaoke. Folks, this is the kind of thing you get when you become a CityCast Nashville neighbor. They are going to start karaoke early just for us. It usually starts at 8 p.m., but it's going to start at 6 for us. So join today, get special perks, great access like that, and come hang out with us and sing crazy songs.
I was practicing yesterday.
What were
my
you
karaoke
practicing?
songs. Avenue Q. There's a fine line.
I think that's fine.
That's, yeah.
I think that's fine too. But come out.
I was practicing Criminal by Fiona Apple.
Yes.
I think I can pull it off.
You're going to hear us sing, folks. So come out and join Nashville CityCast Neighbors. It really is just a way to connect with each other.
Yeah, we just
and
want
maybe
more friends.
make your ears bleed a little.
A little bit. It's true. We
Just a
are
little
asking
bit.
people to pay to be subjected to us.
I know.
I might sing some Incubus, like Pardon Me.
Oh,
Ooh.
that feels
Great.
right for you. Southern
Yeah.
Cali
Classic.
boy.
I hope Margaret sings Les Mis. That's all I'm asking.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That would
Yes,
be so good.
please.
Okay,
All right. Well,
so much joy ahead in this month, and we sure need it. Hang in there. Keep taking care of each other. We did it
That's right.
again.
We did
we
it.
did it again. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and happy spring break.
Later.
Surf's up, dude.
Surf's up, dude.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson. Our executive producer is Whitney Pasterek. Our producer is Daniel Sumstein. Our CityCast Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury, with additional help this week from Natalia Aldana. Our theme music is by Prof. Jenkins, with additional music by Carl Christensen and Sarah the Instrumentalist from Epidemic Sound. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our CityCast Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!